We will now move to part 3 of unit 4 poem, that is sonnet. Textbook questions and answers. In the last video we grouped the divided the poem into parts, that is grouping of sentences and rhyming words, and in this video we are going to discuss questions given in textbook. There are few questions in textbook. Let us discuss answers for some here. That is, I am going to explain to you how to find the answers for 2 or 3 questions, and the balance you have to do yourself. When writing the answers, you should not see the videos or the textbook, as I normally say that, and you have to repeat the relevant portion of the question while writing any answer. I am just repeating. Did you practice chapter? Yes, I practice a chapter very well. Don't simply say yes. Right. So, let us go to the next page where we are going to see the questions. This is question number 1. Toru Dutt is taking a stroll amid the trees in her garden. She sees a sea of foliage. What does she mean by sea of foliage? Explain in your own words. So, what you can do now is, you can just pause the video, remember the poem very well, or you can go through the poem also and then see what she means. The question here is, she says her trees in the garden are like a sea of foliage. What does she mean by sea of foliage? You have to explain in your own words. So, you can pause the video, write the answer. Once you finish the answer, then when you play the video, I am going to tell. Then you can compare what you have written and what I have mentioned here are same or not. If there is any changes are there, you can note down that. But there can be minor changes because I have told in my own words. You can explain in your own words, but the meaning should be same. Okay, now pause the video and do the work and then play. Okay, so I think most of you would have written your answers. Now you compare what I am telling and what you have written. Toru Dutt means a sea, the foliage of the trees in her garden, because the foliage was very vast, large like a sea, and wherever she sees, she could mainly find foliage like water in the sea. So, wherever you see in a sea, don't get confused between SEE and SEA, right? So, wherever you notice, so let me not say SEE, wherever you notice in a sea, SEA, you will see water, but it is very vast. So, like that she says, it is very vast and sea of foliage. So, there is slight different meaning when you see dull, say, unvaried green. Again, she refers that also as sea, because that is also vast. In a lawn there will be vast area, but it will be only single color. So, here she is meaning that comes to the next question, different question, but in this question the sea of foliage means it is a vast area and wherever you see only leaves, that is what it means. Now, you can check whatever answer you have written and what I have given are same, the meaning should be same, the words can be different, and then go to the next question, that is in the next page. Okay, we'll go to the next question. The poet says seamals are startlingly red. How does she explain their lurid brightness? What does she compare them with? Lurid means, I have given the meaning here, unpleasant. So, she says the seamals are very startlingly red. Startlingly, we have seen the meaning, very surprising and sudden. And how she is explaining their unpleasant brightness. And what is she comparing with? There are 2 questions in this. Again, as I told in the last one, pause the video, write the answers for both the questions and then see what I am telling. Good. Let us move forward. The poet explains the lurid brightness of the seamals as red. She says red, that means extremely red over the quiet pools, that is water. She has not written water, but quiet pools means small water, small pits, water in small pits, and she compares them with a trumpet sound. Like a trumpet, suddenly if somebody blows a trumpet in your ear, how you will get threatened or you will be afraid, very surprising. So, when you see the extremely red color, especially over the quiet pools, you will feel so bright red leaves. That is what she is explaining. Let me see anything else is there in this page. Okay. So, now you can cross check your answer with what I have told. The meaning should be same, but the words can be different. Okay, let us move to the next question now. Question number 11. Enjoying the beauty of nature, the poet says even enjoyment can become unbearable. What words express this idea? Explain what she says in your own words. As usual, pause the video, write your answer. Good. Let me see what I have written. The words, one might swoon drunken with beauty then, express the idea that even enjoyment can become unbearable. That's what she says. When somebody keeps seeing so much of beautiful garden, suddenly one may even fall down fainting, like a drunken person who has no control on himself. Like that, somebody will fall. That's what she says. And the poet says that as the beauty of nature makes us forget everything around us, we may faint like a drunken person who loses self-control and faints. So that's what she means. Now you can check what words you have written, the meaning should match. Okay, I am sure most of you would have got it because you now remember the poem, especially after whatever I have explained, and then dividing the poem into parts, that is 4 separate stanzas, and then seeing the rhyming words, you will be able to remember and you will be able to answer this very well. You understood, I hope you understood the poem also and the meaning of the poem also clear. Now let's see what is there in the next page. Okay, one more question I am answering. There are 3 metaphors and 3 similes in this poem. Find them. So first part is find them. You have to find the question, 3 similes and the 3 metaphors. Talk to your partner about them. Okay, the talk to your partner you can ignore for a moment. What is a metaphor? Already your grammar teacher has taught you. Metaphor means the use of words to indicate something different from the literal meaning. That is, actually it may mean something else. And simile means direct comparison of one thing to another. So what I am doing is I am giving one metaphor now. Sea of foliage. So now you remember what she says, a sea of foliage. The foliage is not in the sea, but she is comparing the foliage in her garden to a sea where water, everywhere water, the vast sea. So it is comparing something, indirect comparison. It's not a direct comparison. There is no sea in the garden, but she is referring sea because of the vastness as well as everywhere foliage. So now you find out in the poem which 2 words, 2 sets of words make similar, that is indirect comparison, that is called metaphor. Now if I write simile, you will be able to understand even better. I am writing one simile into a cup of silver, that is, it is the lotus has turned into a cup of silver. It looks exactly like a cup of silver. So like this, there will be 2 different statements which are available where there will be a direct comparison. Now this into a cup of silver is a direct comparison. So now you can fill up the balance 2 in both as per your understanding, but there are only 2 or maybe 3. So you can understand the poem and then you can write the balance 2 in each. That is 2 metaphors and 2 similes you have to write. Okay, so we will go to the next page. You can note down this and then you can move to the next page. Okay, here it is a passage, it's a paragraph. So what I have done, I have just given the meaning also. Let me read. While reading, I will tell the meaning also. There is a dash. So you can count the number of dashes, that is 4 dashes. You have to mention the word. Let me see which word I have filled up. I have filled up some 2 or 3 probably. Yes, they dash to see the joke fall. So you have to put an appropriate word there, which are 4 letters are there. Then they heard. You can see heard. If you see, there are how many letters? 3 plus 2, 5. HEARD, 5 letters. So I have put they heard the roar from afar. Afar means a distance. At a distance, from a distance itself, they have started hearing the falls falling into the deep gorges. So joke falls, some of you would have gone there or many of you would have gone and seen the joke falls. So from a distance itself, you can start hearing the sound of the water falling in deep from a very high elevation to the bottom. They got off the 3-letter word and dash again. They just stood still in awed reverence. Awed reverence means admiration with surprise. I'll push it here, push it up, so you can note down the word afar means a distance. So in admiration with surprise, with a great surprise and admiring it, they just stood still without any movement. All four had, so now you can see it is a 6-letter word. This is a 6-letter word J followed by 5 letters. So you have to find out what 5 letters are coming here. Together a 6-letter, it should make a meaning. And the spray was, I will remove this color also. And the spray was again R followed by 5 letters, a single 6-letter word, up. No, not all. Let me see what is that. 3, the Raja, the Roarer and the Rocket, and all joined. There is one more meaning also given, grandeur. Grandeur means majesty, gloriousness. That is in all its grandeur. They were all so majestic, looking so nice. So they were roaring down in one. So how many letters? 4 letters. A down 4-letter word, down in one huge brown mass of dash. The last one, the lady was no more the graceful D. Now you can see here D, 4 letters, R. So again it is a 6-letter word. The first letter and the last letter is given. You have to write the balance 4 letters to make a 6-letter word meaningful 6-letter word. She was, all 4 falls were thin, just a W followed by 3 letters. Let me see anything else I have written. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, you have seen what is there in the next page. We will see that quickly after finishing this. Falls thin, just a W dash 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 ago. What a contrast now. So just basically this is just a small interesting passage they have given to make you understand and also to make you fill up the blanks how to do it. So now you can do what you can do, pause the video, think about all these things. This has got nothing to do with the poem, but just to understand how to fill up the blanks. That's why this paragraph is given. So after you note down this complete word by word, then we'll go to the next page. Okay, we'll go to the next page. Yes, there it is. You see the Jog Falls. Jog Falls is a waterfalls in Sharavati river, like our school name, no? Primary school, Sharavati school, Shivamoga district in Karnataka. You can see on the right side it is a black and white photo, on the left side it is a color photo. Such a huge waterfalls, so much of thundering sound will be there, especially during the seasons. If we go in the month of June, July, August, these 3 months is a season, we can see this. So I have just given the photograph for you to see and enjoy. Now we'll go to the questions. So I have already finished question number 1. So 2, 3, 4, 5 are here. You can pause the video, note down these questions and then go to the next page where you will see some more questions. Okay. So here 6, 7, 8 I have already given, that mango leaves. And 9 I have given here. There are certain fill up the blanks. The number of dashes are also there. 10 I have already given. Sorry, 10 is here. 11 I have given. 12 I have given. Right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 we saw in the previous page. 6, 7, 9, 10. So 4 questions you have to answer. Also that fill up the blanks what we saw in the previous one. And also we have seen question number 12 where the metaphor and similes, those also you have to write. In addition to these 8 questions, you have to write answers for those, to one fill up the blanks and one metaphor and simile also. So we will move forward. So in this video, we have discussed questions given in textbook. Hope by answering all the questions, understanding the 3-4 questions I have given the answer, as well as writing the answers for these questions, you will be able to now remember the poem very easily. And next will be the last video. We will discuss conclusion and review the learning objectives. There are no questions in this video because we already see no separate questions given by me because we have textbook questions. And therefore, this is the end of this video. And thank you.